The Menu is directed by Mark Millett and stars Ralph Fiennes, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Nicholas Hoult. When a highly successful chef invites some of the worst people imaginable to his restaurant, they are in for a night of shock, harsh truths, and punishment. Every single time me or someone that I knew saw this trailer for this movie, we all had the same reaction of, what is this? I mean, I'm pretty sure most of us thought that it looked good. I mean, I definitely thought it looked good, but none of us knew exactly what it was a movie about. It seemed like it was one of those trailers that was just giving away the first half of the movie, at least the plot at least, and then leaving the rest up to just our imagination. I love trailers like that, and it just makes watching the movie when you're finally in the theater all that more surprising and all that more shocking, which this film really was. This was incredible. Let's just go down the list of great things in this movie by going off of obviously the most surface level thing about it, the acting, which is incredible all around. Ralph Fiennes is so good as the head chef of this restaurant. He just plays him like someone that you can tell had a lot of love for what he does. But over time, that love was sort of soured, and now he's just a broken man, never shouting, but always very unhinged. Anya Taylor-Joy is great at definitely seeing the differences in her character in just the first couple minutes alone, as opposed to everyone else in the restaurant. Nicholas Hoult is just great as this caricature that I will not give away because he is just so funny, and pretty much just everyone else in the movie, whether they're playing the staff of the restaurant or one of the guests of the restaurant, are just incredible as all of the characters that they play, whether they're supposed to be horrified, scary, or just all around funny. The editing and cinematography are both very simple, but in a way that definitely stylizes the film more than most other movies, especially around this time of year. There are moments in the movie where just the stylistic editing alone got a laugh out of me. And if you see the movie, you'll know the bits that I'm talking about when I say that. And in terms of the sound design, my God, the score and the mixing are on another level. The score always seems very delicate and very strings heavy. Sometimes it's very calming, but on an instant, it can instantly go into something that's very unhinged, much like our main character, well, our main antagonist, the chef. And some of the mixing of the background noise slowly going into the foreground and getting more and more audible, and then unbelievable. Every single time that happened in the theater, I was on the edge of my seat. I practically sat upright after just slouching down every time that happened. It's such a simple thing to do, but at the same time, you never really see that level of sound editing in a lot of movies nowadays. Only the best ones, and this is definitely one of the best movies I've seen in a while. I don't want to give my ending description away, but this is definitely one of the best movies I've seen in a while. And I haven't even gotten to the story, which I love so much. Just like the trailers, I won't go too much into this detail, but my God, the way that the movie really analyzes artistry and both how much passion one can have for an art form, and that passion slowly being stripped away over time by multiple different factors. Oh, it's so good. And to be fair, I could see some people seeing that as pretentious, but as someone who wants to go into the film industry and artistic industry, that speaks to me. I love this movie so much, and I want to talk about it so much, but it's a surprising movie to watch too, even if you've seen the trailers. And God, I don't want to give anything away. I really only have one complaint with the movie, and not only is it a nitpick, but it's also a strange complaint. Do you know how some movies nowadays are overly long, and the biggest complaints you have with those movies is that you wish they were just a tad bit shorter? This movie, I actually kind of wish it was longer. And I mean that mainly because that I wish we got to know the restaurant guests a bit more before they were just shown at the restaurant island. Now, to be fair, all of the acting, direction, and writing when it comes to the guests are handled beautifully, and you do get to know them as characters once they sit down at the restaurant. But I do wish we got to know them a bit more before they were thrown into this situation. Not a ton more, like as they were like on the ferry going to the island. Maybe if we got to see some of those interactions between the characters and get to know them, not much, but like 5 minutes more. It is a strange nitpick, but it is one that I stand by, and to be fair, maybe if I do see the movie more and more and more, I will forgive that nitpick more and more and more. Because, as it stands now, that is my only real complaint with the movie. I love this film so much. The acting and characters are fantastic. The cinematography and editing is stylish. The score and sound design are so meticulous, and the writing and story are unbelievably entertaining and interesting. I do wish that we got to know the supporting characters a bit more, but that's my only flaw with the film as a whole. I know there are a lot of people who were very intrigued by the trailers, but don't necessarily want to see this movie as soon as possible because they're probably thinking that it's either overly pretentious or just straight up bad. And I'm here to tell you, it is neither of those things. It is intelligent, but it is very down to earth, and it is so worth it. I'm going to give The Menu an A+. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite movie about art? For me, it has to be Whiplash. That movie is a masterpiece, and if you haven't seen it, do so. It's amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best, and don't forget to click subscribe and click the bell icon down below to stay up to date on all things movie, all things TV, all things nerd.